Data privacy, data security is not new. Actually, I would say last 1 decade, people are, especially for e-commerce company, implementing very well. And I would say, especially e-commerce company, that must be take care of the data privacy. Because a lot of information of customer, as per new law, they're supposed to protect in a very close environment, and they may make sure all those data should be not shared with the partner. If they are sharing the partner, of course they take the consent. Number one. Number two, compliance perspective. Every country they have a now privacy, data privacy. Let's start from GDPR, which is a very very strict rule from European government. Started in early 2016 or 17, and now the rule says every European citizen data, wherever the company is hosting, that should be protected in a closed environment. And if they are doing business with the European citizen, they're supposed to take care of that. Otherwise, there are some penalty imposed. So GDPR is one of the startup, I would say. So we are a compliance GDPR, and we are taking care of the GDPR regulations. So they make sure that data should be, PI information cannot be shared. That's one. Now, likewise, every country also have a data privacy rule. Coming back to India perspective, we have a DPDP, which is started last year. Government of India is very straightforward. They are making the very strengthened rule for keeping, taking care of the privacy of data privacy of the Indian citizen. Wherever they share to public domain should be not shared, or if you are using the data, you must be take the consent from the customer. This is very important. And every organization should be implement DPDP. They should be have a policy. They have to implement. And now we are waiting for final government regulations. So how to implement, number one, and what is the kind of certification required or assessment required. I think next couple of months there's going to be clear picture what exactly we required, and of course every organization should be have a DPDP policy should be implemented. Yeah, we are almost ready because we are certified as GDPR. DPDP is nothing as a replica of GDPR. So 99% we are already ready as per data privacy is concerned, and now we are waiting for government rule to come. And as a policy, we already prepared the draft, how to implement, where to implement all those privacy controls. And yes, as soon as government declare, we can get certification done. Of course, because today customer is very smart. They know whom we are dealing with directly and where the customer submitted those personal information. For example, in our case, customer buying the ticket. So in the ticket, supposed to submit all those information like say passport, email ID, mobile number. Those things is mandatory to capture. So they are more concerned about how company is storing the data in which format, number one, and how we secure. So we can take the consent, number one, because if the customer is booking flight or hotel with us, so of course we take the consent. So this is one. Secondly, customer already visits the website and see how website is secure. For example, we are HTTPS. Which is very basic security. So they say the website is much secure. Second is, we PCI DSS compliance. So this kind of association basically creating the trust on the customer. And we have to go show them PCI DSS logo there. Similarly, tomorrow DPDP Act we have completed. We can do the same thing, so logo, because if you are saying something to customer, they will not rely. Third party who basically doing the audit and be using their consent and be using their name, their maybe Government of India or maybe some third party who creating a trust worthy on the entire ecosystem. So customer automatically, that's the kind of message goes to customer. Of course, any kind of buying the practice on the online, of course there we have a disclaimer. We can take the consent from the customer. Yes, the data can be utilized or not utilized for marketing purpose. It's already started, to be honest. After pandemic, I would say, CIO, CISO, to be honest, not have a chance to sit in boardroom. But now, after pandemic, management also realized, security and IT is a very critical role playing on, especially for data privacy and all. So now CISO and CIO, or I would say coming days, DPO also playing a good role. So they are a good space in the boardroom, and people are listening, and there are a lot of idea basically coming from the management side. Yes, you have to implement those things because compliance perspective is required. CISO, yes, CISO is a critical role now. CIO is of course always there because CIO is playing the holistic approach for organization level for a business business continuity, and also taking technology part of that. Now CISO is now taking care of the security part. Basically, that's a critical role nowadays, especially for after pandemic. And CISO also, most of organization, they have a CISO and CIO, same person, they can play the role. But now bigger, as you going bigger and bigger, so CISO has separate role, and there's full-time role, to be honest. And similarly, in coming days, you can see in 2025 when DPDPA Act is implemented, DPO also have a full-fledged and full-time role. So I would say in the entire ecosystem, especially travel domain or maybe e-commerce domain, there are three important pillars. One, CIO, of course CTO also, and CISO and DPO now. Very interesting. AI is no more buzzword because AI is, we are listening last 1 decade, AI is something doing fantastic. But isn't just AI is just name change. Otherwise, it's kind of automation. Earlier days people are doing automation. Now is converted AI because it's going to be automatic process. So that actual tool is started after pandemic. People are using as a use case using the AI, how they can implement AI in an organization. They are exploring the possibility where they can implement as a use case, because AI as a concept, we know that concept, but now major struggle is where we can use it. We started using in early 2021. So also we can see, as a POC where we can utilize AI and see the result. Call center is the best option to go with the implemented AI, because in a call center you mostly receive the repeated questions. Now you have to resource to provide all the answer is a kind of machinery. So now AI we implemented, and we can see the repeated answer given by bot. We implement AI enabled bot, chat bot, and voice bot both. I would say in next couple of months we can say our call center call drop by 15% because call is handled by AI, chat bot. And our resources is free now. They're taking care of rest of the part of the call. So that is a very interesting use case we implement. Now AI is going to be a little bit deeper now. Every processes internally or externally, we try to implement AI. And I would not say remove the resources, yes, but that resources we can deploy somewhere else. But AI, of course, penetration in an entire organization, and especially for customer experience, we put AI, and this is the one useful use of AI in our organization. Second, AI is we are using for security angle. Because what happens, somebody to monitor your website, somebody monitoring your cloud, somebody monitoring your data, handling entire organization. So AI is now replacing the manpower, and they are, scanning all those area where your data is traveling from X to Y. So, and any vulnerabilities is found AI by AI that giving the report to you, alert to you, and you can mitigate those issues. So this is also helping AI, also helping, to organization to automate those processes rather, we putting the manpower there. So yes, of course, AI is a history, I would say. Now we're talking about Gen AI. Gen AI is a combination of human intelligence and AI. So something is better than AI and giving the own algorithm where you can put own algorithm where Gen AI take the decision. I tell you something, Gen AI is giving the prompt to you where you book the flight. Now, I know being a human, you book the flight, but you're traveling from A to B, but in B location you don't know. You're not aware what kind of documentation required at this airport. You require visa, transit visa. So those information as a layman doesn't understand. So those information, Gen AI given the flood of information, hey, you're traveling those locations, make sure you should have a transit visa if required. You should have relevant passport, or you landing the particular airport, because after pandemic there are a lot of restriction. Country have a restriction. You have the vaccination certificate and all those things. So those things also you can provide. AI, Gen AI can provide you in advance. So make sure you can have all those documents. Third one is a very important use case when Gen AI is given you traveling to somewhere, UK or US, and any destination where local sightseeing is good, or weather information is good, or whatever information you don't know. You're landing in the Antarctica and you don't know what kind of weather. Generally people knows that, but Gen AI is giving the right information. You make sure you landing at the Antarctica. You should have you have a temperature on landing date. And so all those what should be prepared before landing. So that is a use case of Gen AI, I would say, and I would say those information is very, very handy and very, very useful for travelers.